What is the meaning of a sinking boat dream?
I want you to picture someone, Zelda Fitzgerald. It's the 1920s, and she has everything the world says should make a woman feel buoyant. I mean, blinding beauty, a husband more famous than God, a life that glittered across two continents. She was the absolute queen of the jazz age. But here's the thing, the real story? It was all happening below the waterline. The hull of her life was cracking under the pressure. And why? Because she handed the navigation, all of it, over to F. Scott Fitzgerald. She let him steer, let him name the very vessel of her life. And you have to understand the sheer force of her unexpressed self was staggering. This woman was a volcano of creative energy, a brilliant dancer, a sharp writer, a visionary painter. So when the water started seeping in through those cracks, guess what? She had no idea how to bail it out, because nobody ever told her the boat was hers in the first place. So when you hear about her mental breakdowns, the years she spent cycling through psychiatric institutions, don't see it as some random tragedy. It's not. This is the textbook biography of a woman who dreamed she was on a sinking boat and simply didn't wake up in time. In the end, she died in 1948, locked inside a psychiatric hospital that caught on fire. She never made it off the ship. Now listen, I'm not telling you this story to devastate you. I'm telling you this because it's meant to slap you awake. So let's turn this around. What about you? What are those messages your unconscious is sending you in the middle of the night? Okay, first question, and be honest. Is your life taking on water right now? And are you just too busy rearranging the deck chairs, focusing on all the little surface details, totally oblivious to the fact that you're going under? Second question, that boat you're on, who built it? Seriously, did you build it? Did you design it, put it together, launch it yourself? Or did you just hop on someone else's ship, a career path someone else wanted, a relationship, a whole set of expectations, and just decide, yep, this is my life now? And the last one, for now. What exactly is trying to drown right now? A job? An identity you've outgrown? A belief system that's holding you back? And here's the real kicker. Should you let it? To even begin to answer that, you have to understand the language of this dream. And let's be clear, this isn't some fuzzy poetry. This is a Jungian emergency signal. This is your soul's complaint. So from a Jungian perspective, the symbolism here is incredibly direct. It's not subtle. That water in your dream, yeah, that's your unconscious mind. It's that huge, dark, teeming world that exists right under the surface of everything you think you know about who you are. And the boat itself, well, that's your ego. It's this self you've built, right? The identity you so carefully constructed and launched out into the world for everyone else to look at. It's your persona. So when that boat starts to sink in your dream, get this out of your head. Your psyche is not predicting some disaster in the future. No, it's describing a crisis that is already happening right now, one you've probably been doing a pretty good job of ignoring when you're awake. The message here couldn't be more urgent. That vessel you've been traveling in, that false identity, that role you've outgrown, that relationship you thought was your only lifeboat, it can't carry you where you actually need to go anymore. It's just not seaworthy. Think of it this way. That dream is your soul literally filing a formal complaint with your conscious mind. It's not a suggestion. It is a demand for your full, undivided, and immediate attention. But, and this is so important, the sinking doesn't mean you've failed. Not at all. On a soul level, this is intentional. Your unconscious is rising up on purpose to clear the decks. It's sinking the ship that isn't true, to make room for something real, something truly authentic, to finally be built. Which brings us to the final point, and it's the whole ballgame, really. This isn't about fate, it's about a choice that is yours and yours alone. You can go down with the wreckage, or you can learn how to swim. Just look at the difference here. Zelda's tragedy was that no one ever taught her the language of her own soul. She had no idea how to read the warning signs. But you're different. You are awake. You're here, right now. You are learning the language. You still have time. So it all comes down to this one final thing. The question is not if the boat goes down. Let's be real. That false structure, it's already sinking. The only question that matters now is this. Are you going down with it? Or are you going to abandon the wreck, dive into that dark water, and learn how to swim? Part 2. Look, let's get one thing straight. That recurring dream you keep having, the one about the sinking boat, that's not just some random dream. It's an urgent, flashing red light from your psyche. It's a message you've been ignoring for way too long, and right now, we're going to decode it.
So let's dive right in. The first, and honestly the most common state this dream points to, it's this feeling of being totally powerless, like you're just a passenger in your own life story.
You can see it, right? You can feel it in your gut. The water is rising, the boat is tipping over, but your hands are nowhere near the wheel. You're just being dragged along by whatever life throws at you, completely stripped of control. And you're heading straight for a crash that you can see coming a mile away, but you feel like there's absolutely nothing you can do to stop it. And there it is. That's the diagnosis. Your subconscious is basically holding up a giant sign that says you've slipped into the orphan archetype. You know, the self that's been stripped of all its agency, all its power. And let's be real, a passenger can't stop a boat from sinking. Only the captain can do that. So I want you to look at your life. I mean, right now. Where is this happening? Is it your job, your relationship, your health? In what part of your life have you just let go of the steering wheel? This dream isn't just suggesting you find it. It's demanding you identify it and you grab that wheel back. Not tomorrow, not next week, now. Okay, so let's move on because this gets deeper. We're leveling up to the next stage. And this isn't about doing nothing anymore. Oh no. This is about realizing that all your frantic, busy action, it's actually become part of the problem. I bet you know this feeling. It's that frantic, exhausting, desperate energy, like you're bailing water with a tiny bucket while a massive hole in the hole is just flooding the whole deck. You're working so hard, you're fighting with everything you've got, but the water just keeps coming in higher and higher. And this brings us to the exhausted warrior. Your subconscious is practically screaming at you that all your willpower, all that raw effort is just being poured into a ship that's already going down. This isn't heroic. It's self-destruction that just looks good on the surface. Okay, this is where you have to be brutally honest with yourself. Are you really a hero saving your own ship? Or have you basically been taken hostage by someone else's sinking crisis? Think about it. A relationship, a job, a family mess. Is this your emergency or theirs? You have to answer that.
All right, now we need to pivot because this next question is absolutely crucial. We know the boat's sinking, but why? Is the source of this disaster coming from the outside, or is it coming from somewhere deep inside of you?
And the difference here, it's everything. Look, if you're in a storm, you're fighting an external battle, a crisis, a toxic person, a failing system. But if your boat is sinking in perfectly calm water, well, that's an inside job. That's your own soul deciding it's time to retire a version of yourself that no longer works. One is a crisis you have to survive. The other is a total transformation you have to surrender to, and you have got to know which one it is. This next part, this is a total game changer, a complete shift in how you see this. Because what if the sinking isn't the end? What if this terrifying collapse is actually the beginning of the most profound transformation of your entire life? Sometimes the dream goes here, and it's one of the most powerful versions. The absolute worst-case scenario happens, you sink, all the way to the dark bottom of the ocean. And then something impossible happens. You take a breath. You can breathe underwater. You survive. This isn't a dream about death. It's a dream about resurrection. What's happening here? Your psyche is showing you, proving to you, that the deep, dark, scary place isn't the enemy. It's the transformation chamber. It's telling you that you've already completed the hero's descent into the unconscious, and you've come back with a power to survive you never, ever knew you had. So you have to stop running from it. Stop fighting the downward pull. The very thing you think is going to destroy you is actually the initiation. It's what's forging you into a truer, stronger, more resilient version of yourself. You were literally built for this moment. And that brings us to the final act, the climax. This is where we leave behind the victim, the passenger, the exhausted warrior, and step into the only role that matters now, the captain, the one who is fully, 100% in command. Now this is the most confrontational dream of all, because here there's no one else to blame, no storm, no saboteur. You're not a passenger anymore. You're the captain, and the ship, whether it's your life, your business, your relationship, it's yours. What's happening is your psyche is giving you a promotion. It's forcing you into the ruler archetype, but right at the moment of failure. The time for excuses, it's over. A good captain always knows when the ship is taking on water. You saw the signs. You knew. And you chose to hope they would just go away. Well, they didn't.
So here are your orders. They're final and they are not negotiable. Step 1, stop the denial. You knew. Step 2, find the breach. Pinpoint the exact decision, the precise moment of avoidance that started this whole leak. And then, step 3, make the choice. You have one job now.
And this is it. This is the whole ballgame. Do you dedicate every ounce of your being to repairing the ship, or do you make the gut-wrenching call to abandon it? Listen, either answer is valid, but neither one is going to be easy or painless. The one thing you can't do is not choose. A choice has to be made. So, what's it going to be?
So you dreamt your boat was sinking. We're going to go beyond just interpreting it. We're going to figure out what that dream is screaming at you to do. Part 3. We are past interpretation. This is about what you do right now. This is the action plan.
Because, let's be real, interpretation without action, that's just a very sophisticated way of lying to yourself. So what follows? These aren't suggestions. They're lifelines. Your job is to pick the one that fits and do it this week. Because that boat, it's sinking, whether you're ready or not.
Okay, first up, the dream audit. This is for you if you live in your head. The overthinker, the analyst, the one who just spins and spins. This is your assignment. And you're doing it tonight.
The process is brutally simple. Grab a notebook. Write this one question at the top. What in my life cannot hold me anymore? Then you write for 10 minutes straight. No stopping, no editing, and absolutely no being polite about it. Look, the answer is already in you. Your unconscious sent that dream because your conscious mind is too damn scared to look. This is how you force the truth out.
And you need to get this straight. This is not journaling as self-care. It's not about feeling good. This is journaling as triage. What you uncover on that page is your immediate assignment. So write like your boat is sinking, because it is.
All right, next, the hull inspection. This one is for the woman who takes action first and deals with their feelings later. If you'd rather just fix the damn problem than sit around with it, let's use that energy.
You're going to make a list of the major structures in your life, your relationship, your career, money, health, the whole shebang. For each one, you ask a brutally honest question. Is this holding me up or am I holding it up? Then you rate it, 1 to 10, no cheating.
And here's the deal. Anything you rate below a 5, that's a breach in the hull. That's a leak. You don't have to detonate your life today, but you absolutely have to stop pretending the water isn't rising. Your only job right now is to name the leaks.
Now, for the woman who isn't so sure about her relationship anymore, the one honest conversation. When the sinking boat dream shows up alongside that uncertainty, yeah, it is not being subtle.
Your psyche is sending you a direct message. The vessel of this relationship cannot carry both of you where you need to go. This doesn't automatically mean you have to leave, but it does mean you have to stop lying to yourself and to your partner. The pretending ends now.
Because you know what? Living in uncertainty is just slow drowning with better manners. You have to find out. You have to know if the ship can be rebuilt or if it's already at the bottom of the sea.
So what is it? What is the one honest sentence you've been swallowing for weeks, months, maybe even years? You have to say it. The conversation that terrifies you is the one you must have.
Next up, the Zelda protocol. This is for the creative woman whose work has just gone silent. And if that's you, listen. You've silenced something in yourself, a creative practice, a calling, and that is what's sinking. It isn't the boat, it's a part of your soul. So this is an emergency intervention. Block out 2 hours this week, and that time is for pure expression, not productivity. You can write, paint, move, sing, whatever it is. But there's one rule. Don't make it good. Make it honest. This is CPR for your soul, because that silenced energy will take the rest of you down with it if you don't act.
It's named for Zelda Fitzgerald. She had her breakdown because she waited until she had no options left. You have options right now, so use them.
Let's talk about the lifeboat decision. This is for the woman who has been carrying everyone else, and I need you to listen to me. There is one lifeboat in this dream, and it has limited space.
So the question is, who gets a seat? Right now, in your actual life,
Who supports you? Who sustains you? Who is helping you stay above water? I want you to write down 5 names. If you can't write 5, write 2.
And if you can't write down a single name, if the number is 0, that is the most important piece of information this dream has given you. It's telling you that you are isolated.
And isolation sinks people. I don't mean that metaphorically, I mean clinically, physically. Your assignment this week is to reach out to one person and just say, I am not doing well. I need to talk. That is not weakness. That is an act of survival.
And finally, for the spiritually awake woman who's ready to go deeper, we have the active imagination exercise. This is a powerful technique from Jung, and it's basically a structured waking dialogue with the images from your dream.
Here's how it works. You sit quietly, you close your eyes, and you go back to the dream. But this time, you don't fight it. You surrender. You let the boat sink completely, and then you look around in the water. What do you see? A light? A person? Another boat? Whatever shows up, you follow it. The dream gave you the crisis. This exercise is going to give you the map out.
You have to understand that these images are not random. They are dispatches from your deepest self, the part of you that's always trying to heal. It's showing you where to go next. Your only job is to get quiet enough to let it.
So it all comes down to this. The dream gave you the crisis. The map is now in front of you. The only question left is, where will you go next? Which lifeline are you going to grab?